Big Ten Media Days 2025 in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay Resort Convention Center. Washington was on the slate for day two, one of 6 teams to take the main podium on Big Ten Network. And head coach Jedd Fisch talked about finding weapons on offense to help make the offense more explosive than it was a season ago. And he also talked about how he plans to replicate that year-by-year improvement that we saw from him at Arizona now that he's the head coach at Washington. This spring, Coach Graham talked about, from a play calling perspective, the versatility that you have with your running backs. It gives you different options as a play caller. Curious what goes into that. Like, as a play caller, how valuable is it to have versatile guys in the backfield?
Yeah, play calling, comes down to finding weapons, right? How many weapons can you find? Can you find weapons only at the receiver position? Can you find weapons at the tight end position? Can you find additional weapons at the running back position? I would say for us, for the running backs, if they give you opportunity to catch the ball, that's one more matchup problem for the defense. If you can, tight ends go vertical, that's one more matchup problem for the defense. So if we can continue to find matchup problems, I think that'll enable us to utilize the weapons.
So year 1 to year 2 is a lot of times where we see the biggest improvement for coaches at their new school. It worked for you at Arizona. You had a really good recruiting class in 22. Curious, what clicks in year 2 from a head coaching perspective and how that will kind of work its way out this year?
Yeah, we had the same jump. We went from 1 to 5 to 10 in our 3 years at Arizona. So I hope we can keep jumping. I don't want it to just be a 1-year jump, right? So what do I think? I think every year is different. I think every season is different. I don't know if we would have won 5 or 10 games, right, depending on what year, if we were in the Big Ten in year 2, right? If we didn't play at Michigan, we didn't play at Wisconsin, we didn't host Ohio State, we didn't host Oregon, right, in those years. So you've got to look to see of what type of team you have and who you got and how good can you be. But I do know in that 3rd year, when we won 7 games in a row and nobody wanted to play us at the end of the year, and we beat Oklahoma by 2 touchdowns, and that team was ready to go. So I would love for us to be in that spot in year 2. I just know that everybody wants to be there too. And we're not the only team that wants to win every game, and we're not the only team that wants to be in a championship. Every team wants to be in a championship. So we got a lot of work to do, but I love our players.
You guys averaged about 8 plays per scoring drive last season, somewhere around there. I'm curious, explosiveness is something you guys are prioritizing this year. What goes into play calling in terms of optimizing drives, and how are you guys working on that this year?
Yeah, we like to be an explosive offense. For the last 2 years we were in Tucson, we were, I think, one of the most explosive offenses in all of college football. We're always going to try to be that. I love us to score fast if we can. And we spend a lot of time focusing on how to attack a defense and how to, make big plays, both in the pass game and the run game.